It's Madden NFL 24, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Tennessee Titans and the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's coming up next.
Oh, the cold weather certainly helping set the stage for what should be a physical primetime contest at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. But tonight we've got an AFC matchup in store for you, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Up in the booth with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and kickoff straight ahead, CD. What's one thing that you're going to have your eye on?
I think about what the great coaches of the past always said. The key to any ball game. Can you rush theirs and protect yours? Well, in this case, both of these teams get after the quarterbacks. I'm watching the pass rush.
There's Nick Folk ready to put this one in the air. And with the terrible towels waving wildly, we are underway from Pittsburgh. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100-plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd down and 4. Here's Wilson to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 37. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Opening carry of the game for Cordell Patterson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at him.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Now Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Here's Wilson. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Pat Fryermuth there to make the grab. And the Steelers put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free. And this guy hit a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So now the Titans get their first shot on offense. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Levis in trouble, down he goes. Alex Highsmith from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Levis to throw it. Here's a screen now for Pollard. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, got the safe completion on 3rd. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. He's into space past the 25. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Calvin Austin, 50 yards. And the Steelers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ballgame. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 14-0. Scoring summary. 3-play drive. And in the end, a Calvin Austin touchdown grab finished the drive off. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Working from the gun, here's Levis. Short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Running right, it's Pollard. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
He's brought down at the 31.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now. Titans in possession of the football. Here is 3rd down and 4. As they've got it as we resume action. Back to throw, it's Levis. Going to the right here and finding Burks. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now a give here to Pollard. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. Out of the gun, a give to Pollard. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
And Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
Yeah, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. Levis out of the gun on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3 and out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the first down.
Levis now on 1st and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Throws see a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd.
They should put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
In search of 8 yards on third down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Now Levis. He had a man open, but he missed him when it's incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On fourth down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
On second down, a run with Patterson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. That is caught. And he will have the Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now Wilson on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. He's got his tight end Fryermuth over the middle. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 38-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
Oh, that's a nice job of clearing space in the middle of the field for your tight end. He's going to start behind the line and run an angle route, hoping to kind of get lost in the middle of the field. And this is put right on him, and he's able to pick up a first down.
That's swung out wide to Harris. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Second down and 3. Throwing again here, Wilson. Finds Pickens out right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Now it's Wilson. Setting up the screen, Harris. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Two yards to go, second down. Wilson. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Again, Wilson. And that is incomplete. 4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Boswell's kick is good. Now that will extend their lead even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. In the first half, we saw a strong performance out of the veteran quarterback, Russell Wilson. He came out of the gate smoking hot with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes to help steer his guys towards this halftime lead.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A very one-sided first half, 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. Jackson now to return. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the 3rd. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Off the play fake, Levis. Open man downfield is Ridley. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young core. Far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Levis back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Boyd. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Play action now. Levis. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Pollard. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Pollard again. But he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
3rd and goal. Here's Levis. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Folks' kick is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Fields now to throw. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end, not when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
On first down, it's Fields. Completes it to Austin. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Fields throw complete to Freiermuth. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first.
They're just going to run a drag route here with their tight end. Let him get upfield about 10 yards and then move toward the middle of the field. This ball's right on target, and it results in a first down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Fields. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Harris running straight ahead. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective,
Didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Here's Fields. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Harris is into the end zone for a Steeler touchdown.
And how nice is it to have a guy like Najee Harris in the backfield when you get down near the goal line? He can use his 230-plus pound frame to just get you those tough yards, and he finishes things off here with a touchdown run.
Boswell for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Levis to throw it. And that is caught. It's Ridley. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Titans. Calvin Ridley, 77 yards. And the Titans are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did.
Let's go do this thing, baby.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And they'll send Pickens in motion right here. Now they fake the jet sweep there and a run instead with Harris. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They run again with Harris. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Here's Fields. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
A 37-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that not just important to the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Levis. He gets it to Burks again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout. and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Levis now off of play action. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Desperation time now. Here's Levis. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, CD, this is the ideal situation in the 4th quarter. You come out here late, not much time on the clock with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful, they've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road. But there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.